Hey Aquarius Pisces, welcome into your Aquarius season tarot reading here at Cusp of Roses. My name is Gabrielle. For anybody new here, welcome in. For those of you returning to the channel, welcome back, my loves. And special shout out to all my channel members tuning into this message early and ad-free. I love you all so very much, and I thank you for your love and support. It truly means the world to me. If you would like to become a channel member for exclusive viewer perks and so much more, you can click that join button next to subscribe underneath this video if you see it, or click the link in my description box. It'll take you to the same page where you can overview my membership tiers, see what I have to offer, and join wherever you feel comfortable. I would love to have you guys on the more intimate side of this channel. But in the meantime and in between time, Aquarius Pisces, let's talk about Aquarius season, okay? Okay. This has to do with love. I'm going to preface what I'm about to say, what I got from my channeling. This has to do with love and relationships. Venus is, I believe, now in Aquarius energy by the time you see this. And it's important to understand something about this season of energy for you. This is a season here, Aquarius Pisces, where I'm hearing truth reigns supreme, okay? There is an uncomfortable truth that might have to be faced during this season, and it does feel tied to some sort of relationship, bond, connection, or partnership, or relationships in general, okay? This could be an internal revelation that you're having about the dynamics that you've been a part of in love and friendship and family, okay? Or this is something new coming to light here, okay? It could be upsetting. It could be disappointing. It could definitely bring up a range of emotions that I do encourage you to feel your way through, to not run from, to embrace, and to learn from those emotions and those feelings more about yourself, truly. Why do you feel that way? What's underneath those feelings? What's the lesson in it all, okay? This feels like a big emotional overhaul that you might be going through right now. So I do encourage you to take the messages that come through in this reading delicately and lightly. And if it gets a little too heavy or a little too much, come back at a later time, okay? I feel like you've been waiting on change when it comes to a particular love dynamic. And this might be the season where the truth that something isn't changing, something or someone doesn't want to change, might have to be accepted, okay? It feels like you're at your wit's end. I'm hearing that. You're at your wit's end. There's really not much more that can be done to create a different dynamic. And that kind of surrender could feel like defeat in a multitude of ways. But it's important here, Aquarius Pisces, that you understand that you're not responsible for anybody's shift, growth, and evolution in life. Especially, this is adult to adult, okay? If children are in the mix of this, yes, of course, that's partly your responsibility as their parent, to help guide them and teach them how to grow and evolve. But I'm talking more adult to adult relationships, right? It's like you're at a point where I think you're ready to see something for what it really is, Aquarius Pisces, okay? And it's something that your higher self has maybe been trying to tell you, guide you towards for a while now. And it just feels like you're ready to just accept it, okay? Okay. I also can sense that your patience with something is really thin right now, okay? So give yourself grace as much as possible. But let's talk about this a little bit more. Divine Universe, what is this truth that's finding Aquarius, Pisces in Aquarius season, or that they're ready to accept? What do they need to know about this energy? Yeah, I feel like the Ace of Swords, I can't make it up. I feel like the truth could even be in your own patterns, in your own willingness to maybe overlook something, or willingness to tolerate or put up with something that, again, I think you're just meeting your end with, okay? I almost feel like some of you have been holding out hope for some sort of, almost like some sort of truth to not be true, okay? Hoping that someone could surpass the hype is what I'm hearing, or like maybe there have been multiple voices or other people outside of this situation kind of trying to tell you something about it, or something about, again, your own behavior in a particular relationship or connection that you then, again, trying to turn a blind eye to. No, that's not it. Kind of ignoring what the flags are, like the color of the flags that are coming out. But it feels like that can't happen anymore with this shift of energy. Okay, show me a little bit more about this truth. So it is a truth. It is a clarity. It is a higher awareness. The Seven of Swords, right. I feel like this awareness and this truth doesn't allow the illusions to stand. What I just heard, what you hoped it would be. It's like you can't see it as that anymore. Okay. Yeah, some of y'all have been holding out hope for something, and I totally get it. But the deception in the situation is going to come to light. And again, that could be what gets uncomfortable or what causes a little bit of pain here, okay? Yeah, but it is something that maybe is karmic in nature, all right? There's a lesson here, Aquarius, Pisces. There's a lesson here. Balance. What you give is what you get, okay? And I'm not saying that you've given something to get this deception, okay? I'm saying that there was maybe some sort of imbalance. Maybe you were putting more into something than you were receiving out of it. You were maybe the only one invested in maintaining some sort of balance. Okay? Clarify? The Nine of Wands. Yeah, and this is that exhaustion. This is what I mean. I'm fed up. I'm at my wit's end. There's nothing more that can be done. Okay? Trying even though you're tired. Trying even though the same challenges keep arising. Nothing is shifting. Nothing changes. Okay, and I do feel like, again, I'm talking about a situation where it's a relationship. There's someone on the other side of this with you, okay? I'm seeing the King of Cups or the King of Swords. Maybe that's relative of both energies, okay? Maybe that's you. Take it as it resonates, okay? Show me a little bit more. Nine of Wands. The Ten of Swords, right, okay. Yeah. And the Four of Pentacles. The truth of somebody may be holding back from you could come to light. I feel like there's a large intentional energy in this dynamic, meaning whatever is being done or not done is intentional. It's not coming from a lack of capacity, a lack of awareness, or a lack of understanding. It's coming from, I'm hearing someone's greed. Okay? Someone's greed. Someone's desire to hoard resources for themselves. Maybe hold on to you for themselves. Or maybe that's the awareness. You might have been serving some sort of purpose or filling some sort of role for someone. kind of like where they need you more than you need them, but this kind of self-sacrifice, I'm seeing Neptune, this kind of self-sacrifice energy might have been banked on. Like someone knows that you want to meet their needs, and they know that you aren't going to ask for your needs to be met. So they just kind of keep you in that realm of meeting their need, helping them. But then there's never the consideration back. There's never the investment back into you. Okay. You could also be cross-watching here. I could be talking about an Aquarius Pisces in that kind of hoarding energy. Okay. Too many Knight of Cups. Yeah, that's Piscean energy. I could be talking about a Pisces here. Show me, clarify this kind of hoarding Four of Pentacles. This could also be a revelation that someone's heart wasn't in a situation. Yeah, the Ace of Pentacles. Okay, this is what I mean. Hidden investments. This could be a lot of betrayal coming to light. A lot of betrayal. To start out with an ace and end this row on an ace. Yeah, it feels like there might have been a lot of manipulation in this situation. What's the clarity? What's the truth? Ace of Swords for Aquarius Pisces. The Eight of Pentacles. Yeah, you've been working so hard or focused on building something that you've been kind of ignoring the signs and the synchronicities or the messages from your higher self or from this person or within the dynamic. Something's been very almost like in the face, but not necessarily connected with in that way. Okay, show me the Seven of Swords here, Divine. The Knight of Cups kind of wanting to come out in reverse. Yeah. It's almost that realization that, yeah, you've gone above and beyond, or someone's gone above and beyond for another person, and that, again, it's received, absolutely, but it's not reciprocated. Six of Pentacles, Divine, with the Knight of Cups in reverse. Clarify. Page of Swords in reverse with the Tower, right? This feels like broken promises, empty words. I say I'm going to do something and I never do it. I'm only repetitive. Sometimes Page of Swords in reverse energy for me could be very like mockery or like mimicry. I'm only saying what I know you want to hear, but there's no effort or there's no follow through on it. I'm only repeating the words that you've told me that I need to say or that I need to respond, or I'm only like, yeah, I'm only saying what needs to be said to keep you in this Eight of Pentacles work ethic towards the connection or towards me or towards the situation. This could even be in a work dynamic. Take that too if that resonates. I'm telling you what you need to hear to keep you motivated, but there's no follow through on the other end of this. Or to keep you engaged, or to keep you pacified, or, you know, satiated in the situation, but there's, again, no follow through. Tower. This is going to be a season of divine intervention here, Aquarius Pisces, okay? Show me the Nine of Wands here. Ten of Cups. Yeah, that's the talk. That's the promises. That's the goal. It seems like it's been for you to have this kind of emotional fulfillment with someone, or within a dynamic, or within a work environment, or some sort of contract that you have, okay? But someone hasn't held up their end of that contract. And maybe the divine might be bringing in this intervention because you would still have your head down, or you would still be working towards it and pouring into it an effort and putting an effort towards this until the day is over, right? Like it seems like there was a lot of dedication on someone's end, or commitment on someone's end. And again, the revelation of the truth is that's been one-sided. Yeah, magician energy. Manipulated. Show me the Ten of Swords. What's the betrayal when it comes to this Ten of Cups? Judgment in reverse. Okay. I know Pluto has a lot of activity going on during Aquarius season, so a lot of judgment energy has been coming out through the readings. But judgment showing up in reverse. This is what I mean. It's like the divine knew you wouldn't call judgment on the situation. You wouldn't take something for what it was. You would try to maybe paint it differently, or give the benefit of the doubt, or again turn a blind eye, or stick your head in the sand in some way, trying to avoid the truth. Yeah, this season could feel like an awakening of sorts. Okay. Or it's getting to that point where you really have no other choice but to embrace this shift. Okay. Four of Pentacles, divine. Why the Judgment in reverse? I can't make it up. The Hangman with the Four of Wands, because you wouldn't see this commitment, this contract, this bond, this relationship, this connection in any other way. It's to get you to see it the way that it's meant to be seen, and not the way that either someone's trying to paint it or you're trying to paint it, okay? Show me the Four of Pentacles. Thank you, divine. The Two of Swords, right. And the Four of Swords at the bottom. It's like you could have known that something was a little off, or like, again, some sort of imbalance was here, or somebody might not have really been, okay, yeah. This is that situation, and we've all been here, where you know the truth, but you're just not ready to accept it yet. So you make excuses, you ignore the signs, you try to say, you know, whatever action that's giving you that truth isn't really the case, you know, that they didn't really mean it, or that's not what they say, or, you know, it's just a moment, it's just a phase, they'll grow out of it, it'll change, it'll happen. And it's just kind of like that point where, yeah, it almost feels like it all comes crashing down at once. So then everything that you knew gets confirmed. Everything that maybe you didn't know with the moon here, things that were hidden, comes to light. Okay, so it can get heavy here. It can get heavy. Show me the moon. Show me the moon, divine. Thank you. The Emperor. Yeah. Ooh. There were definitely, I'm hearing like a lot of strings attached to this situation, or strings being pulled behind the scenes, actions being taken with this Emperor energy without your knowledge. Again, someone being way more manipulative, way more calculated than put on, or than you perceived. The moon. The moon can bring about illusions. The moon can also bring about distortions, yet it is also how we see in the dark. It's almost like hidden in plain sight. Okay, show me the Ace of Pentacles. Four of Swords, right. You could have had a dream about this already. Yeah, it's just like, I think the divine has been trying to tell you this for a minute. And maybe you've been grieving it. It's very interesting. Yeah, it's like still kind of going through the motions while also grieving what you know, or what you're being shown, or what this truth is. Having to make peace with it first before you take action might have been what you're doing, or whether you're aware of it or not. Okay. So yeah, I'm starting to feel this wave of emotion. And again, I do encourage you to ride that wave. Whatever comes up from this situation is something that you need to feel. Okay. Show me this Ace of Swords with the Eight of Pentacles. Yeah, the Sun. Yeah, now it's like the truth is absolutely going to be illuminated here. Okay. I almost feel like, and I don't know why I feel like this, but there could be a third party involved in this. Somebody could have been like building with someone else behind the scenes, behind your back, but like still kind of, and I don't know how this would be relevant. I mean, again, take it as it resonates, but using you in some way to build that thing with someone else. So like maybe even in a work environment, right? Like an employer finding your replacement without giving you a heads up. I mean, not that they ever do, but do you see what I'm saying? Like getting you to set up things and work on things just to kind of let you go out of the blue, and then have this person step into it, or that kind of tone to it. Okay, so whatever this is though, it does feel like divine intervention. Show me the Seven of Swords and the Knight of Cups here, divine. In reverse. Why the Knight of Cups in reverse with the Seven of Swords? Yeah, the Knight of Swords. It's like somebody might have been waiting until they were completely set up somewhere else to then bring you this truth, or tell you what they really feel, or, you know, in something, or I almost want to say kind of break your heart in a way. I'm sorry. Show me Six of Pentacles with the Page of Swords in reverse. High Priestess in reverse. Yeah, this isn't something that this isn't for somebody here. It's something new for you. It's like you've been aware of this. You've been aware of it. You might have just been ignoring that awareness. Yeah, whatever was done in the dark is definitely coming to the light. Okay. Show me the Nine of Wands and the Ten of Cups. Yeah, somebody definitely was keeping you in something under the guise of, we'll have the Ten of Cups one day. This will work out one day. Or, you know what I'm saying? We'll get there. We can have it. We'll have that happily ever after. Knowing that they were going to be somewhere else. Okay, Nine of Wands with the Ten of Cups. I can't make it up. Three of Swords. Right. Knowing that they were going to end something, break the contract, you know, terminate you in some way, right? Like, this could have been somebody's attempt to pull the wool over your eyes here. Get you to not trust your intuition, although your intuition was guiding you properly. Making promises, I just heard that, making promises they couldn't keep and weren't going to keep. That could be the betrayal, Ten of Swords. And this isn't the first time this has happened with this person or within this situation. Yeah, the Magician in reverse and the Hierophant in reverse. Exactly. There was no integrity within this dynamic with this person whatsoever. Full manipulation for self-gain. Magician in reverse. No code of ethics, no sort of like respect, no honor with that Hierophant in reverse, no wisdom. Or someone who upholds things, again, I'm hearing for tyranny in a sense, like someone who would use somebody as a stepping stone or a step stool or like to get to their gain. This is all kind of selfishly driven from someone. Show me the Ten of Swords with Judgment in reverse. Yeah, strength. I just heard to keep you vulnerable. Somebody needed you to be in this energy with them in order to build something somewhere else, or like, yeah, in order to move on and move forward. Six of Swords. Whatever this is, it kind of feels, I feel like I have to be vague with it because it might be ultra specific for whoever's here tuning in. The divine knew that you weren't strong enough to call judgment on this situation. You would keep getting the 10 swords. Like, this is why I feel like this is divine intervention for whoever is resonating with this. You might not have been strong enough to call judgment on it, so it had to happen this way. In order for you to move on. Or allow this situation to move on. In order for you to let go. Again, it's like you knew the truth, but you were still hoping for a different truth. So it almost puts somebody in a position to have to take action to move on from you, as opposed to you moving on from them. Show me the Moon with the Emperor. Magician in reverse. Yeah, this is who was playing and pulling the strings behind the scenes, this Emperor energy. Manifesting for themselves or creating something, again, without your awareness. Behind your back it feels with this Page of Swords in reverse. High Priestess in reverse. Yeah, you might not have known, but you might come to know now. Show me the Ace of Pentacles with the Four of Swords, divine. I almost feel like you might have been waiting for someone to feel guilty or sorry for whatever they were doing, and seems like this person's in the Four of Swords around it. Like they're not gonna have that kind of, oh, I did you wrong moment. That's not gonna happen with whoever this is. Ace of Wands. Okay. Ace of Pentacles with the Four of Swords. Thank you. The Knight of Pentacles, like I said. Yeah. No movement. Five of Swords, exactly. Yeah. No movement, no kind of shift, no growth in that way. Like, it's like if you're waiting on someone to feel sorry for what they've done, I wouldn't hold your breath. They don't. This is who they are. This is who they've been. Regardless of what they tried to say about themselves or how they tried to paint themselves, they would do it again. This is what I mean. This is somebody who might lack empathy. They could be very narky. Okay. Okay. So divine, how are you guiding Aquarius Pisces energy through this, or whoever's tuning in, whoever's resonating with this? What's the guidance for them in this situation? How are you showing up? key, the compass. Yeah. The divine is showing up as the awareness and the truth that you need here. In order to kind of unbind yourself from this contract or from this situation, understand why it didn't last, okay? And also to get you to go towards your north node with the compass. Show me more. What else is the guidance? The gate, yeah. There's another timeline here for somebody beyond this situation. The bear, that gives Piscean energy too. Yeah, this might be a very major lesson learned here for someone. And that's the key. This is all for you to gain some sort of wisdom or some sort of clarity around, yeah, what's your gate and what's not. It seems like the divine is trying to lead you somewhere else. And whatever key of wisdom you've gained from this situation or you stand to gain from this situation is what's going to get you through that gate. So yeah, this is some sort of renewal or some sort of healing season for you, Aquarius, Pisces, okay? Or whoever's resonating, cross-watcher. Okay, you have the village and the cave, the rainbow and the temple. Yeah, this might be somewhat of a dark night energy. Yeah, this is definitely some sort of relationship. This might be some sort of dark night of the soul energy, but it is for your healing, okay? It feels like you kind of had to go through the depth of this situation in order to know that it was time to change. Yeah, it's like you had to be willing to do the changes. And I think at one point you might not have felt strong enough or felt like you could. But now you might be gaining that strength. Yeah, there's definitely some sort of healing here. That compass is leading you towards the temple, towards some sort of purification process. Maybe this was a relationship you were holding on to or holding out hope for here. For somebody to come back around, something to renew between you and someone, and it's a desert. Okay. It's a desert. So that might not be, especially with the sun cracked there, it might not necessarily be the reality for this connection, this bond, this relationship, okay? It might not come back around. I don't see it, okay? I don't think it's meant to be honest with you there. I don't think it's meant to. Yeah. Show me the cave. Show me the cave here, divine. The lamb. Yeah, that's the purity. It might feel like in this moment so much is lost. You might feel like you're a bit lost in this situation. Yeah, the snake at the bottom. But throughout Aquarius season, there's going to be a lot of rebirth that happens. Not just for you here or those of y'all resonating with this, but for the collective. And it seems like that rebirth energy is leading you towards a new gate, a new timeline, a new pathway. That doesn't include this connection or doesn't include this contract of energy or whatever this was for you. You might feel like you've given your all to a situation or your last to a situation. It's not your last. And it really wasn't your all. It might have felt like that in the moment, but you still have so much more to give, so much more to experience, and really so much more to receive. Maybe that's the shift. You were the overgiver, and now it's time for you to receive the balance of that energy. Okay? All right, I'm going to leave it there. I really do hope that this brought maybe some sort of clarity or confirmation maybe to what your higher self was already guiding you towards. All right, I thank you guys so much for tuning in. And if you've made it this far, please make sure you hit that subscribe button so I can pick up on your energy in future messages and readings. And definitely check out the memberships here on the channel. We do astrology readings, love readings, moon readings, energy forecasts, and so much more in the more intimate community here. So I would love to have you there. Definitely check out the links below. If this felt super personal and you want me to go a little bit deeper with you on how this energy is relevant for you, you can book an extended reading with me at cusp-of-roses.store. That's linked also in the description box. And you can shop your merch as well there, okay? I appreciate your support, y'all. It really does mean a lot. And I'll see you all in our next one. Love you lots. Namaste.